Hello YouTube, this is Dwarf Fortress. You are about to watch me play it, presuming you are high enough that you cannot actually figure out how to use your mouse to click away. So, you know, those of you that are, welcome, and those of you that aren't, goodbye. So, let's take a little look at this situation with the water that Sal has just highlighted. Let's not fanny around flapping gums at chat. Let's actually see what's going on here. So, I've got my little corridor here filled with water from the river, which has a floodgate on it, but Sal is suggesting that this column of water, what do you want? What do you want?
Hug.
A hug, okay. Right. And you're going to go back to bed, are you now?
Yeah.
Okay, love you. Close the door behind you.
I can't wait for my house to be built in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Your Animal Crossing house, oh yeah. Turn the light out in the living room. Why's that on? No, night, love you. Fuck off. Anyway, by the way, if you're watching this after my death in the hopefully far future, son, you deserve that. Fuck off. Go to sleep, you little bastard. Anyway, where were we? I'm joking, I loved you really. Anyway, where were we? Let's talk about the head on this stack of water, this column, this wet tower, so to speak. There's not much we can do regarding filling it up with, or getting collect your thoughts, scoundrel, getting a floodgate in there. I mean, a floodgate here would probably be significantly more useful than one up where I put it, but I suppose, I mean, how much pressure is there? We've got none of this here counts towards pressure. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 floors of Z level plus 2 extra squares of 7 deep. So that's 3, 4, 5 Z levels of pressure. So when we breach, so to speak, when we put the little channel in here, there is going to be a little bit of upsquirt. But will it be enough? Will it be enough to really trouble us? I mean, it's certainly going to moisten this corridor, but I feel like we've got enough runway for it to start evaporating, right? Well, is that right? Fuzzy's confirming, yes, magma operates differently. In my heart of hearts, I knew, Fuzzy, I really did in my heart of hearts, but sadly, most of my memories are accessed via my brain, meaning that I was never going to figure it out. It was always going to end up this way. Spellfout says, speaking of glass eyeballs, a dad of a classmate of mine in primary school had a glass eye. It came out during a school play and started bouncing on the tiles on the walkway between chairs filled with kids and their parents. Scarred me for life. Heavens above, that does sound quite dramatic. I mean, depending on the age of the children, I can imagine it being a very different experience. Young enough and it will cause terror and flight. Not actual flying, you know what I mean, running away. But old enough, it could cause embarrassing laughter for the one-eyed person. Or indeed, who knows, maybe they had 2 glass eyes. Just because one fell out doesn't mean they've not got 2. Anyway, where are we? Mud makes a lovely carpet. It does, and we have the caverns breached, so, I mean, we're going to get wonderful cave moss anyway. Am I used to magma plumbing? In Dwarf Fortress, yes, but thankfully my house hasn't actually been piped in for magma. We've got gas, we've got electricity, which of course doesn't travel in pipes, but it's the same kind of concept, bringing some kind of utility into the house, but we don't have magma. Magma plumbing's easy, just carve a slab, says Druid's Mead. That's true, although we breached magma already in this fortress, haven't we? And no need for a slab. Our boy got moving fast enough. He got out of the way. It was good. Cool Man says, LOL! Such a dad thing. Why is the light in room XYZ on? Do we have the common what binge? Look, that light in that front room, not just to double down on the dad shit, is a fucking beast. And honestly, oh my god, I want to get LEDs in there as quick as possible. Every day I look at those halogens and think, shit, why can't they blow next time that thing goes on? It's sucking up power like nobody's business. It's a monster. It's a barbaric piece of equipment. It won't be a huge flood, says Sal, but you've also put your lever in the well room. Oh, is that gonna break the lever then? That's not too bad, because if it all dries out, we can replace the lever. It's a pain in the arse, but it's doable. It's doable. It's workable. Hello, Archimedes. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. I've still got to catch up with chat. Here we go. Reading Sal. I can't remember if the water washes away the lever and causes floodgate, blah, blah, blah. Archimedes. Flood can move constructions. Ooh, there's contention around this point. You could wall off the lever just to be safe. Could do. Then again, I mean, how am I going to... Oh, I don't need to pull it. I'm digging a hole, not opening up a hatch, aren't I? I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I've got to fling that lever. How am I going to get to it if I've walled it in? I'm being an idiot. I'm being a right wally. Do we have any chains yet? I don't think I made any chains, did I? Armour Shadow says, wait, what's going on? Are we purposely flooding a fortress? What? Not purposefully. I'm accidentally flooding a fortress with the foreknowledge that it's going to happen. I mean, we've baked the flood into the infrastructure without realising that's what we were doing. And I'm using the term "we" here as though somehow I am not solely responsible for this madness, but unfortunately I am, and I should be saying I. Yes, that's it. The scoundrel can take responsibility from time to time. I can. I really can. Let's do a quick population check before we do anything. That's the wrong screen. Let's go back. There we go. And oh, stick it up, you bum, OBS. What are you playing at? There we go. Here's the correct screen. Fuck you, OBS. We've got a population of 65 adults, 5 children, and 3 vulnerable babies. Oh, those poor, sweet babies. At least 2 of whom Sal has birthed. Congratulations, Sal. Your name in this fortress, Mama Sal, turned out to be quite prophetic. Not only have we got let us pray, but there is a second child. Sorry, I was getting all imperial there. Let's head back to the fortress and just do it. Let's just do the carve. Let's just put that channel in. DH Kabosh. If I have to rebuild the thing, so be it. So be it. I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter if it gets washed away. This is just the starter fortress anyway. This is not our final form. This is yet to be evolved into its superior moment. Superior moment? Superior... Try not to use the word form again. Nope, I'm going to have to use the word form again. Disaster. Superior form. Hello, Harold Beaver. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. That's right, irrigating. I mean, doesn't really need irrigating. But, let's just use that terminology to make it seem less bad, right? When the levee broke, we irrigated an entire city block. Well, several city blocks. A little sip of the old chamomile tea. By the way, without the webcam, I'm free to use whatever mug I wish. Not that I'm beholden to use that particular mug that I'm talking about, but I'm currently using a giant red mug that has mug of coffee written on the side, which I'm flagrantly ignoring because, as I mentioned before, it's chamomile tea in here. It's good, isn't it? But if I was drinking out of that other mug that I was talking about, it would remind me to say that if any of you live in the Tacoma area of Washington State, United States of America, you may be interested in visiting Tacoma Games. They sell tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, miniatures, etc., etc., etc. If that sounds like your kind of thing, tell them I sent you. They won't give you a discount, but it'll at least let them know that the mug they sent me was worth the international shipping. 6,000 fucking miles. 6,000 miles. That mug has travelled further than I ever have in my life. One more mug, Mr. Frodo, and my whole kitchen will have travelled further than me in my entire life ever. Which is probably true. My dishwasher probably comes from China. The taps, fuck knows. Maybe they come from somewhere, I don't know. They could have come from the moon for all I know. Actually, no, looking at it, it probably mostly comes from places like China and Vietnam, right? Regardless, that's not important. That's not important. Potato salad for my new little one. Oh, okay. Well, when we do the naming stint session, I'll get it named. Don't you worry. Potato salad, yummy, yummy. Okay, we've got the channeling order in. Let's unpause it. That was a bit of a tangent, wasn't it? Stop distracting me. Oh, you are terrible. What a terrible bunch, distracting me from my dwarf fortressing, leaving it paused like some kind of unattentive father. Well, I'm not, I'll have you know. I've only got one headphone in, so I can hear the fuckery going on upstairs, which I'm going to have to intervene in a moment. Hopefully the microphone isn't picking up too much of it, though. Fingers crossed. Oh, the game's paused. Nil Angenserol has claimed... Angenserol has claimed the Crafts Dwarf's workshop. Ooh, that's exciting news, isn't it? No doubt he'll create some wonderful work of art. Or, like the last person to be gripped by a mood, they will remain resolutely still inside the workshop as the tearful denizens of the fortress wall them in for their inevitable demise. Disaster. Tree, life. Stone, rock, leather, skin, cloth, thread, tree. So we want some wood, some leather, wood, stone, leather, cloth. So we don't. What don't we have? I think we have cloth, right? Stocks. Cloth. Where's the cloth section? There is, and yeah, we got. Oh, they want thread. Arse candles. They want thread. Fuck sticks. Will it matter if it's pigtail or not? Do you reckon? That's right, Armour Shadow. They can. I've gone to over 6,000 miles in my entire life, but never in one journey. Oh, actually, I don't know. No, so the furthest I've been away from home at any one time is Cyprus, Mr. Frodo, which I've been watching videos about from this guy called Futura Sound Productions on YouTube. He does like loads of Metal Gear content. I don't know why I love it so much, but I really fucking love it. Anyway, where were we? Yes, they can claim workshops if they get a mood, as Druid's Mead has pointed out, and they will create an artifact object. Ooh, very exciting. Hello, Jiggles the Fett. Oh, no, I won't launch into the Mandalorian theme tune. Maybe at a later date I will, but not right now. It's a strange mood. Okay, right, it's all been resolved. Stop looking at chat, scoundrel. You're only delaying the game being played. I see that chat entry moving, and I hear the sound effect, but I can't look yet. We've got to deal with this thread situation. What kind of thread can we provide for our poor moody boy or girl or whatever? We're asking them to shear. We're asking them to spin. We may only have to wait. Hello? We only have to wait a little while. If you give me a second, I'm just going to go and deal with a child-based issue. That either sounded like someone crying or someone yelling, and I think I might have to add my yelling. I'll be back in a bit. Just going to mute the microphone. I'll leave it running? Question mark? Yeah, I'll pause it. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Back in a minute. Sorry about this. Hold on. And I'm back. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, let's close that door. There we go. And they're now in the room directly above me, and I've told them to go to bed, but I don't think it's going to happen. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Anyway, where were we? Cloth thread just means cloth. Oh. That's interesting. Had a child make an artifact coffin. That is forward thinking. That's very, very, very adult thinking there. Well done, child. Well done. My children had better start making their coffins if they're not in bed when I go up. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm furious. I'm not that angry. It's the middle of the summer holidays and it was her birthday yesterday, so I can hardly blame myself when the thing that they asked for their birthday was to stay up really late, and I went, fuck it, play with the Switch all night, why not? And then regretted it at 5 a.m. when I went, what, you're still up? Holy shit. So yeah, that's probably going to result in very much sleepless night tonight, and it's going to be a hellish road getting them back in sync. But never mind, it's done now. It's done. My sword's possession. I didn't realise there was no skill up from a possession. No, you don't get only from the regular strange moods. But possessions can end up with some pretty cool items. You can get some sort of like, skull things with the fell mood. They'll murder a dwarf and make something pretty snazzy. I saw that guy on the subreddit r/Dwarf Fortress posted one of those renders again today of an what looks like an adamantine hammer. I'm sitting there thinking I should boot up Blender and try and make some of the artifacts from this fortress, especially if we get something cool. I kind of dabbled with the idea last time. Thought maybe when we had all that adamantine armour I could have, made it look snazzy in Blender, but no, I didn't get around to it. And now here we are on Telia's Fabulous Embark doing something entirely different. Entirely different. Okay, anyway, where was I? Have they made any more thread? Question mark. They must have done, because it's gone to the bottom of the queue, and Milking a Stray Ewe is now top of the queue, but it has not resulted in our moody boy or girl, I don't know if Neil's a boy or girl's name, it going off and doing some stuff. So that could only mean they need something else. Tree life. We have wood. Oh shit, we don't have wood. Look at that. Totally out of wood. I mean, we have people out there cutting down wood, right? Oh look, they've dug the hole. And no flooding. Question mark. Dwarf Fortress? Is this some kind of scenario where because the doors are closed, there's like an equalised pressure in here, and as soon as someone opens it, you'll get like the water equivalent of a backdraft? A drowning machine. It would be awful. Absolutely horrible. We'll never know. You never know. Can you check what he already has in the workshop with tea? That's the problem, Jiggles. I don't think they've actually grabbed anything. No. Oh, yes, some rhyolite. Okay, so if I say forbidden. Okay, they will charge off and get another lump of rock, which is cool. We can reset the timer then and figure out what they need. Okay, so I'm presuming it's wood because we've got leather, right? Question mark. Wait, no, I haven't set up a tannery, have I? So we've got no tannery. I don't think do we have a butcher's? Yeah, I built a butcher's up at the farm place. I'm hearing so much knocking around from upstairs. I may have to toddle up there and stick the ore in again. What time is it? It's fucking 11:30. Oh my god. Merchants? Question mark? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking about, Dwarf Fortress? Oh. Hang on a minute. These are the guys we already traded with. We had a look at what they had and there wasn't anything interesting, was there? Was there? Does anyone remember from last time? Hello, Chunky Nut. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. And do I need to redo that lever? Question mark. Let's have a little peeky poo and find out. I don't think so. Lever's all good. Control M. Yeah, still connected. Not a problem. Not a problem. Maybe I've ticked a box in the Lazy Noob pack that stops that happening? Question mark? He says for the 100th time this evening. Stop using that. Come on, scoundrel. Think up some new words to have clatter out of your stupidity hole. But do I perhaps accept fan-made pics and stuff? Of course I do. I live for fan-made pics, you know. I remember very clearly when someone did a watercolour of an adamantine spear that got crafted in the fortress. I practically burst out of my undergarments in excitement. It was fantastic. So if you fancy making any kind of fan art for this fortress, I will no doubt gush over it. Figuratively, not literally. Probably not the best choice of words in the first place. Let's have a look down here. Yes, there is a Discord. That is true. There is an art channel in the Discord. Yes, it's called the Arts Hole. If you do, I need to switch it again. I don't, because it's currently in the closed state. That's so if we that lever controls this floodgate here. And seeing as the well underneath is actually full, we can close that off for now. And when it needs refilling, I'll just... Which, of course, is an onomatopoeia for pulling a lever and closing it again. As we all know. He says, making up words. Anyway, where were we? We're watching the dwarves run around like headless chickens whilst... Hello, what's going on here? It looks like our moody... Oh, no, still there. Still there. How much have you grabbed? You grabbed any... You've got more rhyolite, have you? You know what? You haven't any more. That's forbidden. You have selected forbidden rhyolite. There shall be no leniency or mercy. Oh, heavens above. No, I'm going over the top. Let's just wait. Let's just wait for some wood to turn up, and hopefully they'll run in, grab said wood, and turn it into something beautiful. I know I've made two beautiful things with wood, but currently bouncing around upstairs like elephants, and I'm going to have to intervene in a minute if they don't stop. That was surprisingly graphic. I shouldn't have said that. That's a terrible way to describe your children. Why hasn't my well flooded? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just my sheer bloody-minded force of will that's suppressing the water. Perhaps my sheer personality has forced the water in the game, the algorithm behind the water, to concede that flooding my fortress would be a bad thing. Like the Chuck Norris effect. We all know the Chuck Norris memes. We've heard them. You know, maybe that's the effect I have on computers. It's entirely possible. They very rarely seem to go wrong. I mean, but when they do, you know, they do go wrong. Where were we? I don't know what to do with this moody child. I mean, surely some water will be Surely some wood will be turning up soon. We have got a woodcutter, right? That's a good question. Let's pause and take a quick look at Dwarf Therapist and make sure we do have a woodcutter. We've got some excellent, well, I say we've got some. We've got an excellent, legendary, in fact, woodcutter, and two, frankly, amateurish novice woodcutters. But, you know, cut wood is cut. It doesn't matter, really, if they're any good at it, does it? Just takes them a bit longer. Oh, wait a minute, now it all makes sense. If it's taking them longer, that's why I'm waiting for longer. Why has this guy got a blue name? What are you here? Woodcutter? Oh, he's in the military. Oh, he's the leader of the military. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Lovely bits. I like a little bit of bits. It's good. Although, I have to admit, during my childhood, bits was a euphemism for genitalia, which makes it interesting when people start waving their bits around in my face. So, what am I talking about? I don't know. It's all very weird, isn't it? Probably straying far into one of the corners of the Triangle of Trouble. No doubt we'll be seeing that in chat in due course. But we'll see. The Hammerer has been sent to stare the water down. Yes, indeed. That's probably the best bet. We haven't actually got a Hammerer. That's the thing. No Hammerer. That guy's chief of a military squad. Ushrir here is a militia captain. Wait a minute. Why have we got 2 military units? We shouldn't have that. We shouldn't have anywhere near. What does purple means bad? What's this? Squad the Golden Bows. Oh yes, we had a vampire. Oh, the memories. They come flooding back. I remember now. Okay. Well, it's a good job we're still... Oh shit, we're not just dormitoried, are we? I've just started building a bedroom complex. This is the worst time. It's a perfect setup for a movie though, isn't it?
Sir, there's a vampire in town. What do you mean a vampire? We just started building bedrooms. That's the only place a vampire can really get hold of a victim. What the fuck are we doing? Stop the bedrooms being constructed. It's too late. They're being made already.
Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not the best premise for a movie. I don't think people... Would people go and see a movie about dwarves? It's like I'm imagining it as Jaws, but for a vampire, and instead of the sea, it's bedrooms. I mean, actually thinking about it, even with that basic template, shoehorning it into existence might be a bit difficult, especially if you're going for quality. Yeah, scratch that. Tank that idea. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. What's a Hammerer? Well, I'm a Shadow. A Hammerer is a dwarf that you've assigned to dole out punishments when dwarven justice has been laid down. So basically, if someone's naughty, like they, for example, topple a bookshelf or kill somebody, your Hammerer will go up and bash them over the head with a hammer. You can give them a powerful hammer to ensure a quick death, maybe a steel one, maybe something even better than that if you can get hold of it. But often, people who don't want to lose valuable personnel in their fortress will give them an adamantine hammer, which of course is basically like a little wiffle bat. It's useless. It's not going to hurt anybody. Not heavy enough, that's the thing. And it appears Harold Beaver has already explained this, and Sal. Everybody's explained it because I'm always late to chat. Somehow, even though I'm the only person not experiencing any lag on the stream. How is that happening? Weird. Hooked into the movie. Ooh, that's good. Well, maybe I should get over to Hollywood and start pitching it. A Punisher? Oh, okay, not The Punisher. For some reason I was sitting there thinking, how have we got onto the subject of The Punisher? That's very non sequiturous. But no, it was perfectly cogent. It was a perfectly cromulent notion. Anyway, we've got to deal with this vampire. And the Moody Boy, haven't we? Oh, Moody Boy. How do we deal with Moody Boy? / girl, whatever. How do we deal with Moody Child? There we go, that's a nice gender-neutral term, isn't it? Well, presumably wood is going to turn up in the fortress in due course, because we have trees We have a dwarf assigned to cutting down trees. We've got 3 dwarves assigned to cutting down trees. Excuse me, I appear to have left you in Dwarf Therapist. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. I have 3 dwarves assigned to cutting down trees. It's possible... All right, Sal. All right. I was already on the case. I was ready. Thank you. And Chunky Nut. The trigger finger was too fast that time. That was a foul. That was too quick. If you make a jail... Oh, sorry, The Marmalade. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Is there an easy way to search in Dwarf Therapist for a good hammerer? Well, not that I am a good source for Dwarf Fortress information. You want to go to Sal for that. She does actual tutorials. However, yes, there is a way. You can go to the Roles tab here, which will give a little number from 0 to, or -1 even, to 100, saying how percentage-wise good a person is for a particular role. And so if we go across here and say minor carpenter, bow, woodcutter, mason, blah blah blah, where is it? Is it over to the right here? What's here? Manager, leader. Well, they don't actually have one for that particular role. There's a roles alt, isn't there, as well? That's not one of the roles. Social alt? No. Roles. Roles? No, there's only one roles one. Okay, well, in general, if you'd ask me about any other role in the fortress, yes, there is a way to do that. But for hammerers, no. I mean, depends what you want, really. Do you want Justice to be Judge Dredd style lethal? Or do you want Justice to be a little bit more, just? I mean, it's up to you. You find someone who's good with a hammer, you're going to end up with Judge Dredd. You find someone who's not so good with a hammer, you're going to end up with Judge Judy? I mean, I can't imagine her smashing anyone's head in with a hammer, can you? I mean, maybe that's her dark secret. Maybe there's actually a blood-soaked hammer with little bits of brain and skull stuck on it underneath her robes under the thing, and if one person steps out of line just that little bit too far, she'll launch herself, screaming like a banshee, over the top of her fucking lectern, swinging the hammer left and right, trying to claw people's eyes out with the nail-removing bit. I mean, it's a powerful image. I'm not sure if it bears any resemblance to reality, but certainly I would watch that episode agog, filled with horror. Anyway, where were we? We were vampire and mood. Okay, so trees. That was what I was doing. I was checking for trees, making sure that we have trees that aren't fruit trees, because we've got here a little fruity collection zone, and certainly we've ordered for the map to not cut any trees down. We've got wood here. Oh, it's in the river. Okay, someone's dunked my wood in the river and therefore made it unusable. Presumably it's the cooling. Why do you do these laboured, shitty sex puns, scoundrel? It's just going to get you in trouble. They're no good, they're not funny. And hazel tree, no use. Chestnut tree, no, come on. No more double entendre, even though chestnuts do have a lot of fruit, a lot of possibilities attached to them. What have we got here? What other kind of... we're back into therapy. Oh, right. Okay, everybody's getting on the action now. I see. It's like the fucking Mutiny on the Bounty. I'm having my ship taken away from me. Wrest from control. Heavens above. Anyway, let's have a look. We've got these trees in the river. We've got this. What's this? A chestnut trunk. Chestnut trunk. Persimmon trunk. It looks like we might have cut down all of our non-fruit trees, which would be a problem because I've told my dwarves, as I mentioned, not to cut down fruit trees. So I'm just gonna come up here and say, basically, fuck the orders. Don't listen to what I say. Have a little look at the fortress needs, and then act sensibly within those requirements. How about that, dwarves? And then they'll just stare blankly at me going, oh, I don't know anything about that, sir. I'm just a collection of numbers flashing through some silicon. There's not much I can do in the way of decision making without extreme effort and computation power. Please, don't put so much pressure on me. I can't cope. And then I'm like, wow, these drugs are pretty strong. I'm talking to a computer game character and they're talking back. And not in a scripted way either, in a very, very much powerful hallucinogen way. It's alright. Don't worry, chap. That's just a hypothetical tripping of balls. I am perfectly within my own tits. Or on my tits, rather. I am have an untwisted melon. That's the key thing to... Well, not entirely untwisted, but you know what I mean. Anyway, sorry, I got very off on a tangent there. Now I've ordered that. There's probably going to be some wood turning up that will deal with the Moody Boy. We also need to figure out what's our plan for the vampire. Les vampires, as they almost certainly do not pronounce it in France. What I could do is create some sort of isolation zone for them over here on the other side of the well, and then perhaps with a military positionment, we'll put them in military order, we'll position them here, and then sort of not wall them in, but probably floodgate them in at the very least to prevent them from getting into the fortress proper. And then maybe as time goes on, if vampires turn up, we'll pop them in there until we've got enough for a squad, and then, you know, train for eternity. Why not? Why not? Seems like a good way to do it. Hello, Hibernoe, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Looks good. Good to have you here. Build the wall, says Chunky Nut. Build the wall. Build the wall. Oh, the well. Yes, okay. That's how did I manage to read that so many times wrongly and gather no sensible meaning from it, and then suddenly have it click? That's weird. Build. Is it L for a well? Heavens above, I remember the... Oh, do we have... I don't think we've actually got the materials. Oh, we've got ropes. Oh, I thought you could only make it with chains. Apparently, ropes, perfectly acceptable, which does make sense. I don't think I've ever seen a well with a chain, but I've definitely seen wells with ropes. Definitely. Like the one Sadako's trapped in the American version of The Ring. Has that even got a rope? I don't think it has. I think it's just platform, sort of bricked over, isn't it? Is it even called Sadako in the American version? I don't think it is. Why would it be a Japanese girl trapped in an American well? That wouldn't make any sense. Maybe it does. I'm sure you could write a plausible backstory that results in a Japanese girl being trapped in an American well, but, you know, it just seems a bit weird. It's unusual. That's the word I'm looking for. Where are we? I suspect Scoundrel has lobotomized his dwarfs purely to save on the electricity bill. I mean, is that possible? Can I do that? Can I use less electricity by hampering the cognitive potential of my dwarves? Sounds like something I might want to do. Hello, XXIV. Welcome back to the stream. Back, I think. Maybe the first time. Who knows? But welcome nonetheless. How am I going? I'm going well. I'm going very well, thank you. I mean, if I want to go into extreme detail, I could perhaps go for a pee, but I'm going to hold it for a bit. I think we've got a few more minutes at least, maybe half an hour even, of aimless waffling. So, you know, don't panic. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be lovely. Japanese exchange student with bread in her mouth. Bread in her mouth? I don't remember that, Armour Shadow. Is that who she was in the well? Why did she have bread in her mouth? Just adds a whole extra layer of mystery to the thing, doesn't it? I mean, maybe it was part of a serial killer who uses wells as murder weapons, sort of like signature set. Maybe as a spate of girls with bread in their mouths found at the bottom of wells across America, and just happens that Sadako happened to be an exchange student from Japan. What would you call a serial killer that pushed people into the well with mouths full of bread? The bread well murder? No. Bread bucket man? No. Water pit dough boy? No. I don't know. I don't think the FBI is going to come to me for their little moniker for that particular killer, but they never come to me anyway. I've never had the FBI ring me up and go,
Scoundrel, we need somebody to come up with a name for this serial killer who's been terrorizing the eastern seaboard. What have you got?
Dry land kill man, murder non-merman. He's definitely on dry land, right?
Yeah, that's right. He's on dry...
Why am I doing this? How have I suddenly started doing American accent-based skits? That's not sensible. I'm not very good at accents. And the ones I'm good at were going to get me banned from Twitch, so let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's madness. Let's have a little look down here at chat. It looks like more people have spoken. Zisu Drazoon. Hello. Oh, welcome to the stream. Samara in the US version, I think. That does have more of an American sound to it. Definitely Sadako. I'd be like, really? American name, you say? Oh, well, I mean, I suppose that's not beyond the realms of belief. Famously, America does have a Japanese population, and they lock them up into camps. Hey, where are we going? Oh, hey! Let's not go to the dark place. Let's have a look at our moody boy. Let's see what's going on here. We've still only got a bit of rhyolite. No actual other things from the list. So presumably the cloth and the wood are not the bottlenecks. They're not the bottleneck items that we're looking for. Interesting. The Breaded Murder of Samara. That does have a certain... sounds like a book title. Welcome to the Breaded Murder of Samara by Seymour Butts. There we go, there's an old name. Leather. Possibly, Chunky. Possibly. I should get a tannery. That would probably result in leather coming from my butchers, wouldn't it? This is the thing. It's leather. It's surely leather. Took someone else watching the stream to point that out to me, but it's definitely the case. It's leather. I don't want to put the tannery in the dining room. They're famously smelly enterprises. So maybe because we need it short-term, lickety-split, nice and quick, I'll bung it up next to the butchers. Yeah, let's do that. Go on. So build workshop. What's a tanner's workshop? It's N? It's N. Let's pop that in the corner. There we go. It's really warm, but I don't want to open the windows because we're getting fucking crazy mosquitoes coming in. I mean, I can't vouch for the mental health of a mosquito. I have no idea whether they're even conscious, but, you know, I meant crazy in terms of numbers, not actual insane insects. That's something that I can't make a judgment call on. I am neither a psychologist nor an entomologist, and I'm especially not both. Sorry, where were we? There's the butchers, that's good. Still haven't dealt with the vampire though, and we are an hour into the stream. Come on, scoundrel. You're better than this. You're more than just a set of flapping gums with little teeth inside and words falling out of you. You're a Dwarf Fortress player, you know what you're doing. You've got skills. You've got chops, as they say in the vernacular lingo of the streets. They don't. Nobody says that. Nobody with street lingo skills is talking about Dwarf Fortress, let alone fucking playing it. Or maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being very exclusionary. I'm being a big old fucking gatekeeper. What a wanker. How dare I deny children of the inner cities any chance to play Dwarf Fortress before they've even reached out and tried it. That's cruel of me. Absolutely unforgivable. Frankly, I should be burned alive. Well, maybe actually that's a bit of an overreaction. I've got to stop doing that. Got to stop overreacting to my own relatively minor transgressions. It's not fair. I'm being very cruel to myself. Frankly, I should be hanged for that. No! Stop it, scoundrel. You're getting into a loop. You're going into a spiral. Well, actually, pick a lane. Loop and spiral. Fundamentally different things. Anyway, where were we? So we've forbidden the rhyolite. Sending them off to go and grab another lump of stone. Hopefully someone will build the tanner's workshop nice and quick. They've built it already, that's very good. Let's go to the animal screen and see what we've got for butchery. Let's have a little peeky poo. We could do a sheep. We could do a ram. We could do a yak, water buffalo, dogs, dog leather, very hot right now. They are always good things to have in an artifact. I like a bit of dog leather. I'm very much of the Cruella de Vil school of industrial design. Water buffalo, cow. We've got any bulls? How many bulls have we got? I mean, we may have lots of females. That's fine. They're milkable, but we only want one bull knocking around. If we've got more than one, that's it. That was, you know, that sound effect people make when they draw their finger across the neck to indicate they're going to kill somebody. That was what I was going for, but I ended up just going, which sounded wrong. I apologise. It would have made more sense with the webcam one, to be honest. Water buffalo calf. Puppies. I mean, I do enjoy killing puppies in Dwarf Fortress, so maybe we should do that. I mean, I know they don't really give that much in the way of leather, if any. Let's kill the water buffalo bull. We don't need it. We don't need to breed water buffaloes, so we'll just butcher them up. There we go, lovely bit of butchery. Maybe some adult dogs. Do we need adult dogs? I mean, sure, we can train them for hunting and war, but they're not really effective in any other manner than meat chaff, are they? They're only there to confuse the targeting of my enemies. Then again, An enemy with a confused targeting regimen is better than an enemy with a focused one. Let's not kill these dogs. Let's step back from that one. We've got a named dog. How did you... Oh, you're a pet. Fucking pets. Can't get rid of them, can't butcher them. They're a right pain in the arse. We've got a hen. We've actually got an egg layer. That's nice. Anyway, let's just get this water buffalo killed. I'm sure there'll be plenty of leather on a water butterfly. A water butterfly. Catastrophic mispronunciation. But it does bring to mind images of butter, which isn't always bad. Can be. Not always, though. Not always. Come on, butcher that bloody thing before I run out of gibberish. And otherwise we'll be sitting here in silence, and that's no good. Mind you, we are listening to Kogana-san. This is my single favourite Simon Swerwer track. Maybe I should just shut up and revel in it. Have a bit of enjoyment. Turns out... Oh, hang on, no, they haven't made the leather yet, have they? They've just butchered it. Can we get a leather worker in here to turn that leather into... Sorry, that hide into leather? Do we have anybody who can... There is the job. The job's in. Someone's going to tan a hide, presumably. Come on. Rub brains and dog shit on that skin, or whatever it is you do. Oh, this looks like it. Bum Candy. Bum Candy the Tanner Man is all over it. He can't... That's kind of weird. I know that shit is used in the process of... Or at least has been historically used in the process of tanning. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe he grew up to the age where he had to decide what he was doing and said, What should I do, Mummy and Daddy? What should I do with my life? Well, son, we called you Bum Candy, so you'd get involved in some kind of craft that involves fecal matter. Oh, thank you. I think? Is that good? There's a lot of shit in this world, and there'll always be work for someone who has to deal with it. Congratulations. Oh, hooray. Not that they were called Bum Candy by their parents, that would be insane. They were called Nil Angel Cyril. Oh, that's the child with the mood, isn't it? No, but anyway, they weren't called Bum Candy by their parents. Nobody's going to be called Bum Candy. Only the most insane of parents would give their children that name. Or maybe parents who don't speak English. Maybe parents with a different language. Wasn't there a president in the Philippines whose name was Bum Bum or something? Am I misunderstanding? Piss is used, but also shit and brains. Also shit and brains. Definitely involved, as far as I'm aware. Something off the top of the chat there that I missed. What's that, Armour Shadow? I remember something about snails being only able to use a sort of yes-no function and still make advanced decisions. Well, advanced for snails. Interesting. I have to admit, Ant Brain has 250,000 neurons. Enough to stream, I reckon. Possibly. Sal arguing that wasps are psychopaths. You know what? I'm just going to scroll up through this and make sure that we're not missing any new names in chat. I don't think we are. And then I'm just going to have to skip ahead past the piss tanning statements. Wait, doesn't Etin give 2 skulls? It bloody well should, shouldn't it? It bloody well should. Why is the game frozen? Oh, it's saving. That's okay. I can keep looking at chat. Also, to clean your ears, clean your body, clean your clothes. It was stanky back in the days. Are you saying they used dog shit, brains and piss to clean your ears, body and clothes? I mean, that does sound pretty bad. That does sound pretty stinky. Piss sweets. Heavens above. Bum candy and piss sweets. I imagine piss sweets would be like chocolate liqueurs. It's the only scenario in which I can imagine that name being given to anything. It's like a little chocolate barrel encrusted with sugar on the inside to avoid the chocolate being washed away by the liquid contents, which in this case are not rum or brandy. Nope. Steaming hot, orange to yellow, possibly even a sort of darkish brown coloured urine. Oh, imagine the pungent... What am I doing here? I'm driving away viewers, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling them to close their eyes and imagine the aromas of horribly dehydrated urine. Don't do that. It'll upset you. It certainly upset me. I'm sorry. Well, this is the brown corner of the triangle. That's what you're experiencing there. I think I should probably explain the triangle of trouble for the noobs in chat. There's this concept I have. And I call it, as you've probably guessed from me repeatedly saying it, the triangle of trouble. And it is like the fire triangle. You aware of that? You need fuel, heat, and oxygen to start a fire. Well, to get banned from Twitch, you need to stray far into one of the 3 corners of the triangle of trouble, or just hit all three for a home run. We've got the dark place, which is usually jokes about very dark subjects. I'm unfortunately regularly tippy-toeing around that region. There's the pink place, which is full of sexy stuff. Boobies, willies, bots, all that kind of stuff. All the tingly bits. And then, of course, there's the brown place, which is full of shit and piss. That's where I put all my scatological humour. Did I explain that properly, or did it just sound like the ramblings of an idiot? I mean, honestly, it can be both, right? There's no reason why it can't be both. I don't think they're going for cloth. I don't think we have the cloth. I am going to forbid the rhyolite. There we go. We'll keep the water buffalo leather in there just in case, though. There you go. You go grab that. Take that back to the workshop, and then we'll have a little go at trying to figure out how to get you some... Have you got wood? Did you pick up wood? We definitely have wood. We definitely have wood, little one. Skin. Tree. Stone. Leather. Cloth. Tree. Leather. Maybe they're singing Judas Priest's Hellbent for Leather with very poor understanding of the lyrics. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that as something that they require when in fact it's just them having a little sing-song. It's unlikely. I know that. Nobody defecates at a festival until they absolutely have to. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, any rule you put out about human beings like that is going to have an exception. I bet there are people who just cannot wait. I mean, there's probably... you get a big enough festival with a dirty enough toilet and there'll be one fucking crazy person who's there just to lick the seats. You know, that's how humanity works. We get things done because there's always somebody who's up for it. That's how it works here on planet Earth. Do you want to do this? No, I don't. But I do know somebody who does. I have heard of this chap over here who's a right fucking mentalist, and he's well up for doing that, so hooray! It's good. It must be thread or cloth. I mean, I'm presuming it's thread, because we have cloth, right? I think. I've never seen thread used in a mood, says Druid's Mead. That's true. You might want more than one leather. More than one leather. Doesn't the order of the mood tell you what they're stuck on? So we've got cloth. The trouble is we don't know which is first. We just come into the rotating list. So they've got the rock. They picked the rock first, then they picked the leather. So stone, leather. That's presumably the start. Cloth, which they're not doing. Tree, life. You know what? I'm going into Dwarfhack and I'm going to type in show mood because, you know what? I'm just that kind of guy. I'm a goddamn cheating motherfucker. Here we go. Let's put the cursor over old Nil. And then we'll press, or young Nil rather. Press enter. Here we go. They want item 1, rock boulder, quantity 1, got 1. Item 2, any leather, quantity 1, got 1. Item 3, any yarn cloth, quantity 1, got 0. Item 4, any logs, quantity 1, got 0. Item 5, any leather, quantity 1, got 0. And then item 6, any logs, quantity 1, got 0. So we do indeed have a cloth bottleneck. So any yarn cloth. Now that's the stuff made out of pigtail, right? Pigtail's yarn, isn't it? Although... No. Wait. Let's go and have a look at the stocks for a second. Go down to cloth, because I think we had pigtail cloth, right? Yeah, we got 5 pieces of pigtail cloth. Let's actually go and see where they are. They're in a stockpile. There's no reason why they wouldn't be able to get them. So it's not plant cloth. It's wool cloth. Yes, yarn is wool. Okay, good. No, we definitely don't have silk cloth, Druid's Mead. That's what undid the last mood. We had to wall them in and they went mad and dehydrated. Terrible business. Terrible business. No one likes digging a desiccated corpse out of the walls. Well, again, that's one of those wild overgeneralizations that you can't make. There's probably somebody who just gets absolutely tumescent at the thought of pulling corpses out of walls. Hopefully that's their job. Well, actually, hopefully that isn't something that is so common that it requires to have someone have that as their job. Hopefully they'll just get to do that maybe once or twice as a treat for understandable non-murdery circumstances. Then again, how many ways can someone end up desiccated in a wall without the hand of murder being involved? I can't manage many. I mean, if it happens during the construction, someone's going to spot that. No one's putting up fucking stud wall and going, should we move this body out? Nah, just leave it in there. It'll be alright, be fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yarn is wool, so they want cloth from animals. That's right. I've walled in someone in a mood. Well, the thing is, if they don't get the stuff they're looking for, they go bonkers, Armour Shadow. They lose their shit and start killing people, or just, running around punching people and getting killed. It's sad, but that is the state of dwarven mental health care these days. Could be better. Could definitely be better. Could be better in a sort of Chernobyl way. Anyway, let's stop fanning around talking to chat for a second. Let's figure this out. We want yarn cloth. To be honest, we are doing the shear animal and spin thread business. So all we need is a loom, right? Not the LucasArts game. That would be silly. We want an actual working loom. So with that in mind, let's say build workshop. Loom. And we'll put that loom there. Sure, make it out of microcline, why not? And once that's built, we will be able to weave a little bit of yarn into some cloth, and that should push the mood into the green zone, which would be good. Green being a euphemism for good here, rather than, a euphemism for toxicity. Oh, lovely drink. What a dry mouth. Tip, lockable separate rooms for the workshops. That's not a bad idea, actually, Druidsmead. Makes sense. Never done it before, but now you're making gears turn in my mind. They are complex lunatics. They're crazy. Dwarves can get depressed, and dwarves do get depressed. Boy, howdy do they get depressed. Right, weaving thread into cloth. Already on the way. They've auto-decided to do it. Cloth is one of those things that dwarves absolutely love. They love touching cloth. Tee-hee. What a joke. What a happy jape that was. Right, come on, make my first bit of cloth, and let's watch old purple exclamation kid charge forth and gather up some cloth. And then probably wait for another animal to get slaughtered so they have some, leather. Oh, Bum Candy became a farmer. Very nice. Bum Candy, I can see that candy in your bum. That's not a good song. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. What kind of monster would fill their bum with candy? I, for one, find it disgusting. But if, and only if, you were being forced at gunpoint as a group to fill your colon with confectionery, and the one who has the least confectionery by weight in their rectum is going to be shot, what would you choose? What is your weapon, so to speak, of choice? My first thoughts, of course, turn to something dense, something heavy, like a toffee, or perhaps Brighton Rock. But of course, Brighton Rock coming in like large, shatterable, sharp-edged rods really kind of puts that in the no column. I don't think I could bear that. I think it's going to have to be something fudge, difficult. I think it would melt, be hard to keep in. Other dense foodstuffs. You know what? I think aniseed balls have a certain marble-like quality, and marble's pretty dense. Then again, that's owing to what they're made of, not their shape. What an idiot. What an idiot. Armour Shadow says lead. I mean, I don't know what sweet shops you've been frequenting, but I have rarely spotted lead on the shelves of any confection around here. It has to be said. I call my rabbits wet poo bum toffee. She eats it directly from her bottom and chews on it with a squelching sound for a time. Lovely. Delightful. Gorillas do that as well. Although I would argue they make for less more difficult pets. I don't know what the word I was looking for with the modifier less was, but they definitely make a challenging pet. Did I tell the story about the cat poo that I nearly ate? I think I told that story before. We won't touch it again. We've already gone too far into the brown corner, not dark corner. This is this is very much scatological madness. Go something squidgy to fill all the nooks and crannies. You know what? I think paradoxically, candy floss might be your friend in this scenario. Very light and fluffy, but not when packed in. If you pack it in, you're essentially getting the raw sugar, right? And you can really, once it gets a little bit moist, that's going to get very, very compactable. Essentially, it's going to dissolve. And, I mean, you could put pounds and pounds of candy floss up your bum. I mean, you would feel pretty rough, I would imagine. But I think it could be done. I mean, obviously, the only way we're going to know is via experimentation. And I'm not particularly keen on actually testing this idea. Let's not. Hey. Let's go and do some butchery instead. Let's kill some animals for their skins. That'll be nice. That's what I want to do with my spare time right now. Kill another yak bull. Water buffalo cow. I mean, we could just kill the water buffalo cow. We already killed her partner, maybe? I was going to say husband, but of course bulls don't get married. That's insane. We've got another water buffalo down here. Another water buffalo bull. Do we? You know what? Let's get rid of the entire water buffalo population of this fortress. We're going to stick with yaks and sheep. I don't believe water buffalo to be shearable. Whether they are or not is irrelevant. My beliefs are my beliefs, and they will not be changed. So we're going to get rid of them. We're going to leave them all on the butcher's block, so to speak. But we're not going to leave them there. We're going to put them on the butcher's block and then disassemble them rapidly and use their skins for probably making, I don't know, what's this, Krustorf workshop? Some kind of mug, maybe a door. I mean, we've got a few items in it. It might not be shit, but let's face it, the odds of a dwarven artifact being great are, at this stage in the game, probably towards it being shit. Let's forbid this rhyolite, make them grab another one, just to reset the mad clock. That'll be good. Cats choose their owners. Make sure dwarves always have clothes. Getting rained on makes them happy. Cats choose their owners. The bond is for life. Being nude bolsters your self-confidence and heightens sexual activity. I mean, it can do, but that depends where you are, really. It's very situational. I once spent a day as a delivery driver dropping off adult nappies, or as they call them in the States, diapers, to care homes. And I didn't encounter anything there which would, I think, be improved by nudity. I mean, there was some weird shit going on there for sure. Oh, the buffalo's been done. Let's hope that the tanner gets their hands on it quickly, and then we'll see little moody there we go. There we go. That's probably the last bottleneck overcome. Good. Off you go. Grab your items. We haven't had anyone be murdered yet, which is nice. I'm just going to check that hypothesis. Oh, we've got a new... Whoa. Oh, it's okay. Don't panic. I thought our population has changed. We've got 65 adults, 6 children and 2 vulnerable babies. And I thought, uh-oh, some of the babies have died. But of course, they can also grow up a bit. They can become children. And that's okay. It's fine when babies become children. It's a much better outcome than babies dying. By and large. I mean, there are arguments to be made around baby Hitler, but they are all moot in the absence of time travel. Ah, Nil Angel Serral has begun the mysterious construction. Hooray! Definitely not a door. Oh, that's because that's in the mason's workshop. That's it. I missed the water buffalo calf. I didn't. I'm going to get more meat, more leather off of it if I wait till it grows up, so I might as well do that. It's not like it's going to make any more water buffaloes on its own. Presumably. I mean, I don't know. I am not an expert on water buffalo reproduction, or I'm fairly confident they're not hermaphroditic in any way or self-fertilising. At the very least, I think that's rare in mammals. Rare in mammals. Definitely not a door. The wood. There's a biter in the fort. Plenty of murders to come. There is. But we're still very much in dormitory world here. There we go. Everyone's sleeping in there. So old Bitey Spiketooth is going to have a hard time cornering anybody. Hard time finding anybody sleeping alone. Maybe we need to pair everybody up.
Nil Angel Serol, dwarven child, has created Zustashina, a rhyolite crown. She claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Avuz Clasp Siege.
Ooh, very exciting. Let's take a little look at this funky crown. Come on, enter. There we go. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. L.
The Ancient Wonders.
Very nice. Worth 8,400. Very exciting.
This is a rhyolite crown. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with persimmon wood. This object menaces with spikes of sheep wool and chestnut. On the item is an image of dwarves in water buffalo leather. The dwarves are travelling. The artwork relates to the foundation of Cryptbeards by the Guild of Dabblers of the Bolt of Gripping in the early spring of 500. On the item is an image of emerald cut gems in rhyolite. On the item is an image of Cole Dorbras the dwarf and Wheel Sable the iron warhammer in water buffalo leather. Cole Dorbras is raising Wheel Sable, and the artwork relates to the offering of Wheel Sable by the dwarf Zulban banded constructs to the dwarf Cole Dorbras of the Bolt of Gripping in 311.
Oh, that's nice. So fancy. An iron warhammer. Very exciting. Is it in the fortress? Did I? Dangle Empire? Sweet Handle? I mean, Sweet Handle my Dangle Empire sounds like quite the romantic phrase. Gallows Channels, The Ripe Jewels, there's another sexy one. Nightwares, oh, hello, that's good. Wind Chill, not so much. And The Ancient Wonders. Okay. No, that item's not there. Sorry, I got distracted by the sexy names of my dwarven artifacts. Very exciting. I try my best with the reading voice. I do my best. You wait until the traders bring some musical instruments. You're going to wet your fucking pants. Okay, so our mood has been resolved, but not the vampire. Let's sort of Fangface out, shall we? Come on, my little bitey bastard. We're going to put you in a room. Potentially forever. Let's do it over here. Make a little doorway there. I'm going to give them... You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make... This is my Clever Clogs move, okay? I'm going to put a little corridor like this. Just a single dwarf wide. And some of you already know where I'm going with this. Some of you are fools and do not deserve to watch this glorious content. Get out of here! I'm joking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give our little vampire a room here. But we're going to put a couple of floodgates in here. In fact, I've got an even better idea. What we're going to do is, just in case we need to put things in the room, we're going to have a little antechamber here. We're going to have a floodgate here and a floodgate here. This is going to be a stockpile that changes depending on what we want to put into the rooms, and we want these floodgates on a sort of two-lever system so we can ensure that it's never totally open to the outside, and then we'll move our little vampire in here and they'll be super happy. Not? Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't be happy if I'd been entombed for potentially eternity in a small room, but, you know, I'm not a vampire, so I couldn't possibly judge how they will feel about it. If we make it into a little complex of rooms, gives them a bit of variety. I mean, I realise it's basically treating the undead like hamsters, but, fuck it. Why not? Personally, I think that's a good idea. Maybe we'd end up seeing, like, vampires guiltily looking up in surprise with cheeks full of blood, like little hemivoric hamsters. Do gerbils do that as well? Is it just a hamster thing? Do gerbils have the cheek pouches? Because a hemivoric gerbil sounds much more intriguing to me than a hemivoric hamster. The alliteration doesn't work there. It doesn't work. You won't get more leather, but you will get more meat, says Sal. Oh, okay. Is that for the older water buffalo? Fair enough. Spikes of wool. I remember you made an artifact bed with spikes of wool. It sounded really comfy. That's true. They can be used as mattress supports, but no, not in this one. This is a crown with spikes of wool. Going to look pretty daft, I think. I think it is. I do know who the vampire is. I'm of the cheating bastard school of Dwarf Fortress. I use Dwarf Therapists to tell me who my vampires and weird creatures are. Just the way it goes. Wall him with a table and chair, set him as a bookkeeper forever with a nice hatch above to drop in fresh, vulnerable babies. Why not? Could do. But for now, we'll just have this little complex dug out for them. It'll be great. It will be lovely. It'll be wonderful. We've got a starving alpaca. That's not ideal. Why is the alpaca starving? Presumably, it's in my wonderful grazing zones. Take me to the grazing zone, as they say in the farm. That's what the cows say. They do. Very strong bond with a goose, my cows. That's terrible. I've never even seen Top Gun. Do you know that? It just never appealed to me. Where's it? You, ram, dog. Where's the alpaca then? Ah, there we go. Bosh. No, it's not. It wasn't. Where is the alpaca then? Oh, wait, did I put the alpaca in with the sheep? That doesn't mean it. Why would that? They've got grass. If each room is lockable, you can put Bitey in the back and add victims to the first dining room. That's a good point, actually. Maybe I'll do that. What I'm going to... Actually, yes, I am going to do that. I'm going to make it a series... a series of lockable rooms operated from levers outside, which will allow us to use vampiric murder as an actual method of execution. It's going to be bloody lovely. It's going to be incredible. With that in mind, though, we're probably going to be better off making a couple of floodgates. So, floodgates. Let's have a couple of rock floodgates. Give me 3, please. Thank you. We've got plenty of mechanisms. That's all good. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Engrave the rooms first. That's not the maddest thing anyone's ever said on this channel. Because almost guaranteed, whatever the maddest thing ever said on this channel was, I probably said. I like the idea of a sacrifice room. Vampire, very powerful symbol for the fortress. Don't get out of line. We'll feed you to the vampire. It's good. Vampiric justice. And put doors on levers. Oh. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's... can they be opened without the use of the lever if I do? And will it guarantee the incarceration of my bloodthirsty little friend? Is that possible? Let's do some smoothing. Designate S. We're going to smooth their storage room at priority 1. And then at priority 2 we will do room number 2. And priority 3, I think you can see where I'm going with this. There we go. Haven't actually dug out all of that room yet, so we'll have to wait. But with 3 miners, it shouldn't take too long. Look at this ugly wall composition. Ugh. Blue, red and yellow. Yucky. Pardon me. I mean, not quite as crass and unpleasant as my belching, but still pretty rough. Doors on levers act just like floodgates on levers. Well, I fucking never. Amazing. Okay then, well, we'll put doors in. Build... Maybe I should put really fancy doors in. Anyway, smooth, priority 3, fill that one up. Priority 4, bingo, bango, bongo. There we go. Oh, some migrants have arrived. Beautiful. In that case, let's unpause the game for a second, go back over to our main fortress where I was watching the digging. There we go. And pause again to go over to Dwarf Therapist and see what our noobs look like. And maybe, because I desperately need a trip to the lavatory and a break, we will do a naming session and do a little break. If I sort by migration wave, here we go. I hear chat getting very excited. Bear with me. We had 65 adults, 6 children and 2 vulnerable babies. Let's have a little refresh and see what we've got now. Gosh. 6 new arrivals, 70 adults, 6 children, and 2, a beautiful pair of vulnerable babies. Let's have a look here. We've got Endok, Kogan, Likot, Litast, Melbil, and Zuglar. They are unremarkable other than a proclivity for soaping. Well, okay. Can't see a professional use for that skill outside of pornography, so we'll kind of ignore that. Metal crafting. Yep, okay, level 13, not too bad, and a bit of doctoring, which is good. This guy may clash with our chief surgeon, because didn't we put some... Yeah, we did. We put someone in charge who's never done a day's doctoring in their life. And now we have an actual selection, a peppering of skilled medics. This could cause some conflict. Hello, who's this? Level 15 suturer and wound dresser. Okay. Are they also a vampire? No? Oh. What does this kind of purple mean then? Presumably it's some kind of... Oh, they're the mayor. You're an idiot, scoundrel. Okay, now we go down to here and take a look at their military skills. Has anybody brought any martial clout with them? Martial. This guy, Zuglar, has 1 kill under his belt, and it's a troll. Ooh. I mean, nice. Does he also have a ginger Mohican with a proclivity to wear very little clothing? I wonder. If he is, he may well get us in some kind of copyright trouble, so let's not even check. Mace Dwarf, competent maceman. Well, you say man, you mean dwarf. Could make a separate military thing, because this guy's actually pretty good with a... I mean, I do like the idea of a vampire elite squadron. I know it's a bit cliche at this point, and I've tried it on a number of occasions with varying levels of success, but having a military unit, an elite Walrus Team 7 of vampires sounds pretty damn good. Regardless, if we go back to the game, there's nothing immediate to be done with these lads, so we'll carry on and unpause, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Be lovely. Oh, I was going to do a naming session, wasn't I? I need to do that. Hold on a second. Let me open up the naming register. Where are we? If I click there, go to community. That's content. Community. There we go. Channel points. Yes. Down a new tab. Over to manage rewards and challenges. Custom rewards. Review request queue. Here we go. Oh, we're getting there, people. It's happening. It's working. We've got 16 requests. Well, we still have the request from Muharrem Musami. I keep mispronouncing that. What a wanker. Who's requested our first dragon that we come across be called Bahamut, which, is going to sit at the top of that list for the rest of the stream because most of the more rational people in the chat know there's no dragons here. They're all gone. Fuzzy, or Fuzzy Logic should I say, requests a dwarf named Fuzzy. So with that in mind, pop back over to Dwarf Therapist. We'll sort by has nickname. There we go. We've got 17 dwarves with nicknames. Arctrecht Bum Candy, Core K, Dave 24V2, Dorf 28, Dr. Phineas, Druid's Mead, Erman, Lettuce Prey, Mama Sal, Macho, Ravelin, Sweet Corn BC, excuse me. Oh dear, hiccup and a burp. If I fart at the same time, I get the triple. Telia, the Pope T800, Tidy, and Wazdaka Gutsme, which is obviously a truncated name that was supposed to be something else. Gutsmech, I think. So we have 61 dwarves available. Has Fuzzy interjected with any further details? It doesn't look like it. Let's pick a random dwarf. I'm going to close my eyes, do a little bit of mouse wheel rolling. Oh, yes. Oh, there we go. Click. Who've we got here? We've got Mafal Kideplegem. No longer, though. No longer. Although they do have... Oh, no, that's my going live notification I've just pasted into the name field. That's no good. That's no good. There we go. We have a dwarf now called Fuzzy with 24 kills. What have you killed? Goblin, 9 Cogisgun's fists, 8 dogs and 5 goblins. Yikes. Quite the military powerhouse. Let's commit that change. There we go. And Fuzzy I accept your request. Oh, you also requested a poll an hour ago saying you want to bring back my fire hands. You know what? I brought them back. I showed them. I'm going to reject that. You must keep those points. Dragon Min would like a Dragon Min dwarf. That's cool. Let's do it. Here we go. It's Licot. Licot with no military power, so to speak, although they are a talented swimmer. Nice. Set nickname. Paste. Bosh. Dragon Min is in. Tick. Druid's Mead wants someone called Hank Marvin. Okay. Presumably this is a meme name to do with my or someone's hunger. Let's quickly pick Rovod. Okay, Rovod. Set nickname. Paste. Bosh, you are now Hank Marvin. Who is that a country star? Is that a country star? I'm not sure. Armor Shadow requested Anya Garhald. Garhald? Anya Garhald? I'm guessing the pronunciation, but it's as close as I'm getting without some serious hand-holding. Here we go. You are Kubuk. There we go. Set nickname. Paste. In you go. Commit. And tick. Points taken. Harry Beaver. Harold Beaver in chat, but Harry Beaver in the fortress. Let's go for it. Oh, Harry Beaver, you're a euphemism for a furry cunt. Let's click there. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe I am mistaken. Maybe I've offended you. In which case, I apologise. I went too far. As is so often the case. Oh shit, Sal wants her new baby to be called Potato Salad, which means we have to find out who that baby is. Let's do it. No, I'm not interested in Wazdaka. I want to find Sulfur Sal, because she has a very active uterus and has naming rights over her progeny. There we go. There's actual Sal. We need to look at the V for view unit. Correct, scoundrel. And then R for relationships. So, her husband is Fuzzy. Grats, well done. Militia commander, military family, eh? Your oldest son, or eldest son, is Let Us Pray, and your youngest son is Thicut Avusosit, the dwarven baby, and you worship Onol Dorenuzol. Very exciting. So, I'm looking for Thicut Avuzo. I can't read that with the green background and the red text. Thicut Avuzthokit. Let's have a little look in Dwarf Therapist. Where are you? Thicket should be in alphabetical order, so look for the T. There it is. There it is. So, if I right click, set nickname, paste. Oh shit, still says Harry Beaver. How's that capitalised? Potato-salad. There we go. Bosh, potato salad. Potato salad, yummy, yummy. And then Chunky Nut said Dwarf Therapist, followed by Chunky Nut saying Dwarf Therapist, followed by Armor Shadow saying Dwarf Therapist, followed by Druid's Mead saying Dwarf Therapist, followed by Harold Beaver saying Dwarf Therapist, followed by Uruz Rune saying Dwarf Therapist, which, you know, none of you, for your sass, are going to get to use your channel points. They're all coming straight back into your channel point wallets. I reject your sassy Dwarf Therapist outbursts. But also, thank you for pointing out that I was still on Dwarf Therapist. Who's next? Chunky Nut wants someone called Piss Sweets in the fortress. And you know what? We've got enough fortress denizens, enough dwarves that the meme names can flow. Much like the piss inside these sweets. I'm going to give this guy, Rakust, the name Piss Sweets. Let's get some intriguing names in this fortress, haven't we? Like too hot for Twitch names. Hibernoe says also may as well, and I'm presuming you want a dwarf named after you rather than a dwarf named also may as well, because that's an unusual name. Not that Hibernoe is a common name. Of course, wherever you live, your mileage may vary. I believe somewhere in Northern Ireland, if... I probably shouldn't do this. This is quite doxy, isn't it? How rude of me. How bloody rude of me. What else? Chunky Nut for the Troll Killer, if possible. Well, let's see if you got one last time, Chunky. Let's just check. You're not in yet, so you may as well. Here we go. Chunky Nut 666. Copy. Sort by migration wave. Down to the bottom. That's right. Teehee. I said bottom. Here's our Troll Killer, Zuglar. Lady Zuglar. Let's paste. ChunkyNut666 Bosch. Oh, hang on, let's take off the 666. And let's also capitalise the C. Why not? While we're about corrective work, let's do it. Commit and tick. Who's next? Ocelot, name me please. I'm watching the SpaceX launch. Oh, hello, exciting, very exciting. I watched a SpaceX launch recently, that one where they had the first American astronauts being taken up by an American craft. That had like 500,000 people watching it on Twitch or something. Amazing. Maybe that's what I need to do for the big viewer figures. Go to space. I mean, it sounds a bit dangerous, to be honest. I think I'll stick to just naming dwarves after people in chat. That might work. Ocelot. So, let's go back to Has nickname. Sort by Has nickname. Just check Ocelot isn't already in there. Nope. I should do this with all the regulars, really, and just check how... Oh, Shorast. I clicked on Shorast. Fuck it. Shorast is Ocelot. Bang. Commit. Click tick, lovely. And only 2 more. The biter, Hank Marvin, says Druid's Mead. Biter is still up for naming, but unfortunately, the name Hank Marvin has already been dished out. What do? Do we go back? Do we retcon it? Or oh, hello, Zastava. I was waiting for this. This hasn't happened in a couple of sessions. Legally mandated Noble versus Forgotten Beast bare-knuckled cage match, says Zastava. Well, you know what, Zastava? I'm guessing that what's going to happen is we're going to end up chucking him to the vampire if we chuck him to anything. So, well, you may get your wish. You may get your wish for noble slaughter. It's going to be exciting. And the life of Ryan B would like a military dwarf called Private Ryan. Why not? Private Ryan, either a member of the military or someone just very keen not on revealing their personal life. Anyway, where are we going? Let's have a look at squad. There we go, and we only have 1 squad, the Boots of Clarifying, and Vukar can be Private Ryan, Bosch, and then hopefully you won't require as much aid as the more famous Private Ryan, but fingers crossed, we'll see. So, what do we reckon, chat? Rename the biter to Hank Marvin? Or do we just leave as is and allow the vampire to be available for potentially someone to have a little chance of getting in their pocket, so to speak? In their pocket? That sounds weird. Rename, says Chunky. Rename, says Sal. And Druid's Mead explaining the name. Okay, well, let's do it then. Okay, Hank Marvin. So rather than end up with 2 people with the same name like we did last time, I'm going to D-name the previous one. Where are we going? Has nickname. There we go. Where's Hank Marvin? Hank Marvin no longer. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to change your name to... excuse me. Not hungry. There we go. That's a complete... opposing name. There we go. And then we come to the vampire here. Edem. No, that's not him. There we go. Avaz. There we go. Set nickname. Paste. And Bosch. There we go. Hank Marvin. Bang. And bang for the... No, not getting that one, Zastava. But nonetheless, the fortress abides. Oh, that took a while, didn't it? Bloody hell. Blimey. I've gone from quite needing a piss to really needing a wee. Like an incredible degree. Okay, so we've left the fortress unpaused in the background. Probably not wise, to be honest. Did anything interesting happen? Someone became a farmer, someone became a cheesemaker, got some masterpiece apricot wood bins. Yeah, whatever, it's all good. Nothing bad's happened. Everything's fine, don't worry. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Probably best check if Private Ryan has any siblings. Do that. Let's do that quickly before I take my little break. Where are you? Citizen Private Ryan. Where are you? I've gone past you. There you are, Private Ryan. Press V for view and R for relationships. Oh. Nish the Brewer. Nish Letmos Monang. The brewer is your lover. Not your partner, your lover. Heavens above. What's we got going on here? Excuse me. And then your deity is Stagshell Thiston. Oh, very exciting. Everyone else in your life is but a passing acquaintance. Just a passing acquaintance. All you have room for in your life otherwise is lovers and gods. Oh, very exciting. If he was sent on a mission and all his brothers and sisters got killed, you'd have to send a rescue mission. Probably a good idea, actually. I mean, wouldn't want his mum getting upset, or any more upset than she would already be from the killing of her other kids. There we go. US military question. Well, I'm going to have no chance of answering this correctly, but I'll give a go at incorrectly. So if the rule is the last child must go home, can you be conscripted as an only child? Bam! These are the questions. These are the questions that reveal the flaws in US military policy. Congratulations, Druids Mead, for that very salient evisceration of the military-industrial complex. Congratulations. I admire you. Would love to see Einjar Gerhard's relations and professions if possible. Why not? Why not? I mean, we could do a family review after the break. Do you want to do that? Should we do a family review and check out anybody who wants to see their relationships? That's what we'll do, because you know what? My bladder is making creaking noises like a tea clipper in high winds, and that's mainly from the pressure from within. So, with that in mind, those of you watching the YouTube recording, thank you very much for doing so. Although you may well require the aid of a psychological interventionist. What? No? What are they called? Doctor, brain doctor, mind doctor, not a brain doctor. Brain doctor's very different. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.